Happy guys. So excited to have you with us. I have just been so enjoying, we've been working on a masterclass, Change Your Thought, Change Your Life. And guys, here's what I know. 2025 truly is your year to thrive. Think about it. Think about it. And don't get into overwhelm. So today, guess what my conversation with you is? It is called bite size. Everything you do, take it bite size. If you take it bite size, you'll get out of overwhelm. The reason that most people fail at accomplishing what they want to accomplish or seeing change in their life, seeing change in their body, seeing change in their finances is they completely overestimate what they can do in 5 years and they underestimate the power of what can happen in a year. So my year for my team, for my life, is massive action. I'm taking massive action, but it's bite size. Every time, because bite size actions lead to big wins. And who doesn't love to win? We love to win. We love to win in our relationships, in our life, in our finances, in our health, right? We like to see victory, but you do it bite size. So I want to challenge everybody in this next week to focus on the bite size activities that could move the lever. So John Maxwell was quoted saying, I can predict your future if I can just watch your day. If I can watch what you do habitually through one day, I'll predict your future. Your daily habits create your future. And every day we literally battle. We do the battle with self. And so, guys, the mastery over self is your daily battle that never goes away. The good news is, though, you start to build a record of bite-size activities that you've done, that start to produce results. So we're staying out of overwhelm this year. To my team, I've been having them do the 5 daily habits that we've talked about. And if you're interested in those, I did a podcast a few weeks ago about those, and it's even titled that way. But literally, we're taking everything, let me just do one activity. Let me do one thing. So in this masterclass that we've been working on, Change Your Thought, Change Your Life, there's always, as a human being, you have a predominant thought. And those thoughts get ingrained to you. Sometimes they're passed down from your family and your generations. Like, that's just how you guys are. And that's just how you do things. And all of that, right? Those are the things. But literally, if you can say, man, I'm going to change my world by changing how I think. The truth is your life is a direct mirror of how you think. It's kind of scary, isn't it? Think about your life. Think about your relationships. Think about your health. Think about your fitness and your finances. Think about your dreams. Think about your family. Your world looks like how you think it should look. Because we have these expectations, and if you follow me at all, you know I'm always telling you, you always find what you're looking for. But what I don't tell you is that so often your expectations lie deep within, buried in your subconscious brain, and they are always speaking and they're always working. Your expectations, right? Your expectations are calling everything into your life. So you're like, Amy, well, what do I do if they're subconscious? They're not even like really, I don't even know them. How am I going to correct them? Here's how you correct it. First, guys, you know I'm a God person. You're going to ask God to literally reveal to you the thought patterns that are destroying your life, the thought patterns that are sabotaging your future. That's what I just say to him. God, help me, show me. So number one, that's what I do. Number two, I would start to cultivate an awareness of how you're thinking, right? When we're talking about this bite-size stuff, if you take one predominant thought and you shift that one, you focus on that one thought, do you know how different your life can look? Do you know how different your life can look when you say, if the thing that comes to you all the time is that I'm not capable of something, oh, I could never do that. When you replace that with I'm well able and I can do anything I set my mind to do, because I'm well able, and that becomes your mantra, I'm well able. I can do anything I set my mind to do. I'm well able. Now, because I'm a God person, I'm a Jesus person, he's my life partner, right? I'm constantly getting counsel from him. But I know because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's a scripture, guys. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when adversity comes, when challenge comes, I take that bite size and say, oh, I look at that mountain. I say, I can do all things. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Maybe that is the bite size step you need to take, just to say the opposite and to speak the truth. Bite size. My kids, I think I talked about this last week a bit, but because our brain is so powerful and we literally have the ability to transform our neural pathways. What does that mean, Amy? Transform my neural pathways. Well, neural pathways are literally grooves in the brain, thought patterns that have like no stopgap to them. Something happens and that thought hits and it just takes off down the road with no thoughts against it, with no objections, with no curves in the road. It just goes right there all the way. It's like a freeway that has just like, go, boom, you're there. Like every time anything happens, you've got this neural pathway that's already created that will always just shoot up. So how do I retrain my brain? There's much conversation about this right now. How you easily can train your brain. You can recreate neural pathways. Guys, I mean, you can do it by here's a really good one, okay? Because we're going to talk about the power of thought. You can retrain your neural pathways if you have an issue. And I think that if every human being were honest with themselves, they would say, you know what? I would never, ever talk to anyone in my world the way I talk to myself. The way I allow thoughts to talk to me of less than, lack, you're not this, you're not that, just the lack of whatever. We're so critical of how we look, how we think, how we talk, who we're hanging around with, our homes, our vehicle. Like, guys, we live in that kind of a world, right? But if we could just sit there, a way to transform that is when you get up in the morning, go to your mirror. Because what happens the first 5 minutes of your day can change the trajectory of the entire day. Go to your mirror, look in the mirror, get close, lock in, look at it, look at your eyes, look at your face, and repeat after me, I love you. And you don't just do it once, but you do it 10 times. I love you. When you are speaking to yourself, at first you might think, well, this is stupid. And then not long after that, by the time you get to like the 6th or the 7th or the 8th, the 9th, or even the 10th, I love you. Guess what you're starting to think about? Man, I love you. You've overcome a lot. I love you. You've navigated some difficult situations, but you've still done it. Wow, you've accomplished things. Wow, you overcame a health crisis. Wow, I love you. You're funny. Oh, you're sensitive. Oh, people like me. Guys, that's what starts to surface. But the first few times you say, I love you, you'll be like, you could, I mean, I've done a ton of work with myself, but you could have times when you're like, and you'll start to look at everything you don't like about yourself. But if you stand in the mirror, guys, this is such a tactical. Like if you stand in the mirror and literally tell yourself with great intent, I love you. And you do that like for the first 5 minutes of your morning, guys, I'm telling you, you're walking and you're talking, you're on cloud 9. Again, I will say this till I'm blue in the face. The strongest, most powerful voice in your life is you. The greatest enemy you have on this earth is not a friend who betrayed you. It's not someone who you think dislikes you. The greatest enemy you have on this earth is yourself. Yourself. How do you talk to yourself? How do you think about things? What do you engage in? What do you not engage in? And if you start to go, Amy, this causes me to find overwhelm, this is what I'm telling you. That's why we're breaking everything down bite size. I just gave you the key. 5 minutes in the bathroom in the morning, up close, looking in that mirror. I love you. Let it sink down deep. Don't rush through it. Think about it for a minute, pause and say it again. You have the ability to change the neural pathways in your brain. They're saying that if you brush your teeth right-handed, brush them left. Like there are so many ways that we can create new neural pathways. The brain is a powerful, powerful, powerful predicting machine. What you feed it, it goes towards and gravitates. That's why I've been doing this whole exercise with my kids. Every day, I force them on the way to school with me to tell me 5 things they're grateful for. And the first couple days, they kind of murmured and complained about it. They'd try to throw me off and say, like, I'm grateful for Roblox or Minecraft. But you know what? Guess what I'm finding? This morning, I felt like this was a big win. Both Faith and Foster said, Mom, I'm thankful we woke up. Each one of them said this. I'm thankful I woke up today. They may have heard that from me. I'm thankful I have a great roof over my head, and I'm not worried about whether I'm going to have a meal or not. I'm thankful that I have clothes that are comfortable and I think are nice. I'm grateful for my friends, and I'm really grateful for friends that are like family. And I said, guys, I love this because every day, the more you focus on those things, your brain is that predicting, expecting what you program your brain for. That programming, it goes out looking for more and more things to be grateful for. And I have seen a shift in my kids. I've seen a shift in our drive time to the school. Like, they're already starting to think about what they're grateful for when they get in the car because we've been doing it for, a week and a half now. They're starting to already go, oh, okay, we're going to do this. And I better have a list of things I'm grateful for. And before they kind of mocked it. But when I started to tell them, guys, when you set your brain like that, you set your intent that I'm going to find things to be thankful for. Like they're already thinking about the things they're going to tell me the next day. I mean, today, one of them said, you know what? I had a friend at school that was so nice to me, and they went out of their way to play with me. Okay. If this would have been 2 weeks ago when we weren't focused on this, that would not have even crossed their brain. But when you set your expectation, when you set your mind, when you set your thoughts, then the whole entire day, you're going about looking for those things to be grateful for. When I say bite size, I'm talking about winning the battle on the inside. Every one of you has no excuse but to step into the bathroom and to tell yourself, I love you. Bite size. The transformation that will occur to you as a human being will be huge if you can do that every single day. Guys, it used to be 21 days to form a habit. It's now 66. But if you can set the course, hey, I'm just going to do that. How long does it honestly take you? That will transform you. Because guess what it'll start to do? When you love yourself, you love others in a completely different capacity. Most of us struggle to love other people because we have limited capacity on how we love ourselves. I can't love anybody else if I don't love myself. When I love myself, I might put some boundaries up that are different than they used to be. When I love myself and value myself, I'll probably spend a little bit more time by myself because I enjoy myself. Like everything starts to shift when your external influence isn't as significant as your internal dialogue. I'm going to say that again. When the significance of your external existence isn't as strong and powerful as your internal dialogue, you have won. When your internal dialogue is so structured that you can literally win the war of the battle of the outside, you've won. That's the battle. It's the battle that you'll have to deal with every day, but you can flex that muscle. You can build a pattern. You can rewire your brain and you can accomplish everything. And you can walk with purpose, with victory, with success. Literally. My kids had an opportunity today that they could wear clothes that they could twin with, right? They could wear twin clothes. And my son, because someone made fun of him a couple weeks ago, he's hardly wearing anything but really plain basic clothes. And Faith asked him to wear these matching pajamas that they got for Christmas. And he's like, no, my buddies will make so much fun of me of that. And Steve looked at him and said, you know what, Foster, if you live your life and cater to what everyone else thinks about you, you'll literally accomplish nothing. And Foster looked at me and said, what? He goes, if you can't live your life and be an independent person that thinks independent thoughts, and you're always like, what are people going to think of me? And that's a driving force. You're not going to wear the clothes you like. You're not going to be who you are because what are people going to think? What if they make fun of me? Like, you won't accomplish much in life. You'll be as average as they get, because when you become extra average, when you become extra and you're not average, boy, the game changes. It is literally the crab effect. Everyone tries to pull you back into your comfort zone. Bite size. Master your inner dialogue. That you're when I say bite size on this isn't really that bite size, but it is. It's a simple technique that yields big results. Your morning self-talk is the most critical conversation you're going to have throughout the day. How do you speak to you? You're well able, you're well equipped, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're strong, you're mighty, you're fit, firm, and fabulous. Guys, I'm going to go back to this. And if you've been listening to this podcast, you understand that there's this book out there called The Expectation Effect. It's a great book. And a neurologist at Iowa City recommended that my family read it. But literally, they took a housekeeping team and they measured blood pressure and they measured weight. And they told them, guys, you do so much work. There's so many calories being burned with your vacuum cleaning. There's so many calories being burned with your bed making. Like, you guys are working out a lot. They took a control group and told them that. They took another group and just, checked blood pressure, body weight, all that kind of stuff. At the end of the first month, the control group that they had told how much exercise you were really doing, cleaning homes or cleaning the rooms in the hotel, all of their blood pressures had dropped and all of their body weight had dropped. They'd all lost weight. They didn't even make any lifestyle changes. They just lost weight because their brain was told, wow, I'm exercising. I'm doing so much work. And the brain is always trying to produce it. Like, it literally is a phenomenal machine if you can use it in your favor. If you can't, it'll beat you up and it'll crush you. But if you can use that mind, if you can control it, man, lights out. If you can get a hold of it and control it, but do it bite size. 5 minutes in the morning. Self-talk. How do you speak to yourself? That bite size change, that one conversation can change the entire trajectory of your life, because you'll look different. You'll feel different. And guess what I know? You'll become more confident. And confidence is attractive. Confidence and secure, and people want to be around people that are confident in who they are. They want to be around people that confident people make other people feel good. Confident people are not all about themselves. It's the exact opposite. They're all about everybody else. Confident people literally lift others. So guys, when you wake up in the morning and you might have that, hey, I don't want to get out of bed. Maybe the overwhelm of what you faced that day, the overwhelm of the marriage situation you're in, or the health situation, or even the overwhelm of what you have to do during the day or the responsibilities you carry at work. Before you even give that time to just start to rotate, stop it, stand up, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and do the self-talk. Affirm who you are. Affirm it. Say it out loud. I'm going to tell you something else. So a friend of mine, she had been struggling with some weight stuff. And so she literally recorded herself saying, I have a fast metabolism. I can eat anything I want to eat. And I maintain my ideal body weight. And she said what her ideal body weight was. Anyway, so she would listen to it. She recorded it like so many times over. And she would just listen to it in the bathroom when she was getting ready for the day. Well, her husband also was in the bathroom getting ready for the day. And guess what? Not only did she start to lose weight, he, just listening to that, started to lose weight. Guys, this brain of ours is so powerful. Like, what you put in it, you're going to get out of it. What you pour into that predicting machine, you're going to get a return on it. So watch it. A farmer plants good seed, right? They're not sowing weeds and all that kind of stuff because they want a good harvest. Our brain is like a fertile soil. Are we going to sow good seeds into it? They're going to produce a good harvest. Are we going to sow weeds and thorns and produce a life of not? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. I would encourage you to be the master gardener over your life. Like, pluck out the thoughts that are like weeds growing up. Pluck out the thoughts that aren't working for you. Because remember this, your life, your thoughts are broad. Your brain is a broadcast and a receiving station, and your thoughts are working either for you or against you. But no matter what, if you know it, don't know it, believe it, not believe it, it's like gravity, they're working. So I say, if my thoughts are working for me or they're against me, no matter what they're working, I keep a short account on them. And when I want to get into the negative spot and I want to let that train track roll, I'm like, woo, 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 it's working. It's going to produce after its kind. And I don't want any more of that fruit. I don't want any more of that. I don't want more weeds in my garden. So monitor your thoughts, watch your words, and sow the right kinds of words into you. Bite size. Don't get an overwhelm. This little action step, I promise you, if you get into this, you're going to think different about yourself. You're going to feel different about yourself. And guess what? When you feel different about yourself, the whole world responds differently to you. And slowly, you'll see your expectations begin to transform. That you'll expect everywhere you go that people are going to go out of their way to be good to you, that they like you. Guys, you'll just start to think like good things are coming to me. Good things happen to me. What I put my hand to do, it excels. It succeeds. It's blessed. It's prospered. All those things. So take a bite size, take it 5 minutes in the morning, and see the transformation that'll happen. Remember this: you are more. Guys, I'm going to be hosting a free Bible study coming up, and it's going to be based on my devotional, You Win. So if you have not gotten my devotional yet, you can find it at youaremore.com. You can order it there. If you're around here, call me. We'll get you copies of that. But we're going to do this Bible study, and I'll be announcing the dates. I'm thinking it's going to be about the 3rd week of March, right after spring break, that we're going to go into walking through that devotional of You Win. And I think it's going to be a powerful time, and we're going to dive deep into it because those principles are truths. I call them truths from the trenches. They're good. So be blessed. I appreciate you. Oh, one more thing, guys. I'm super excited to celebrate this. My podcast hit a top 2.5% podcast. And that is because of you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for listening to it. Thank you for sharing it. And if this has helped you, please share it out. Send it to somebody. As always, I appreciate you. Be blessed.